Robinson takes the diamond cutter, and then 5 seconds later, you see him clearly on the ground adjusting his earpiece. Oh, man. Wait, what? I fucked up? I want suspension? Okay.
So first I've got to referee this new main event.
Right, he has to come back, which we'll get to.
I immediately put
the crowbar comes back.
I immediately said after this, yeah, hell of a pay-per-view, Brain. Thank you. Thank you.
Speaking of Brain, the crowbar destroys Ric Flair's genitals.
So Paige goes back to choking Ric Flair again. Why not? So then guess who comes out? Sad and despair himself, David Flair. He comes out to try and make the save. But he gets hit in the balls.
Kick him in the balls!
It's Kimberly that does it, correct?
I believe, yeah.
It is.
I have written next. Paige continues to work said balls with the crowbar. Yeah. With the crowbar. David takes a terrible diamond cutter bump.
What is that?
It's the first McMahon stunner of diamond cutter.
He botches it like Kane. He's kind of, I'll just fall.
Paige, though, I love how DDP's like, you're gonna take it again.
Yeah. And that time it's good.
He forgot to tell him you better tuck the chin in.
You gotta tuck the chin. Yeah.
Big scene with the EMTs. They are rushed. They bring.
I actually really like this.
And here's what's funny is everybody is crying.
Oh, yeah, David's crying. He always cries.
During the match, though, we get another Flair mouth-raping Kimberly. Doesn't he get a lock on her?
Yep, he does.
He does?
Right.
He does?
Yep.
So it's
what, is he 3 for 3 now?
Yeah, he's everyone but Medusa.
And on a side note, how many storylines is Ric Flair in?
All of them.
It seems like he is all in this show.
All over the place.
Unless it has to do with a singles belt.
And that's...
Right,
That becomes important here because...
The filthy animals commit grand theft auto.
And kidnapping.
I have that too. Yeah. And assault.
Okay, so why...
And the camcorder's back.
Yeah.
Well, they got to film it, which we never see.
No.
But I guess it's on the DVDs.
The Flair Witch Project.
I really was into this. I'm not going to lie. This was so bad at this point.
Why did they put a neck brace on a man who just had trauma to the genitals?
It's awesome.
I mean, it's obviously his old
This
man.
isn't the team that works on Jerry Lawler.
BB! He just got hit in the nuts 5 times with a crowbar. Get that man in a neck brace.
And bring a Z-Pack while you're at it.
Now, I'm trying to remember, I don't think... Do we see it here where they bury him in the sand?
No, it's not.
Okay, that's what happens the next night on Nitro.
Okay,
you see what they did to Ric Flair. So
they took him out to the Las Vegas desert like casino.
I'm saying Ric Flair in the sand.
They bury because see, here's what's crazy. Because I'm gonna jump a little bit ahead to the next night on Nitro here. So we just saw what happened to Hulk Hogan, right?
Yeah.
Nope, gone. See ya. Ric Flair gets buried in the desert. He's fucking gone. He is.
What a hell of a comeback.
He doesn't show up for a while. DDP the next night. David Flair snaps and crowbars the shit out of DDP. DDP gone. So right there,
I don't 3 top stars.
This is where I was like, all right, does this have to do with all right? We're not cool. We have contracts, but we don't really like you, so we're gonna go play ball without playing ball. We're just gonna sit on the sidelines and collect our checks. I don't know. It's just really conspicuous that within 2 nights, 3 of the biggest guys in the entire WCW are out.
Well, he rubbed so many people the wrong way.
Oh,
especially Ric Flair.
Oh yeah.
That's all very interesting. I didn't know that. He buried him in the sand.
I can't.
Look, make no mistake. This is more like Steve Austin, Undertaker buried alive, burying Ric Flair in the sand.
Oh. So does Ric Flair come back in 11 months with a biker gimmick?
I told Brother Paul to fill up the bikes with enough gas.
It's Brother Arn. I told Brother Arn to fill up enough. Woo! And then what we're wearing? Woo! Gucci suits.
The next thing I've written here, I never thought I'd get tired of Metallicro, but I'm fucking tired of it because they're playing it again. And
this is Sting's 3rd time coming to the ring.
Sting's in the ring. Sting is once again.
No, the impromptu world title. Now let's. I want to bring this up. We're watching this on WWE Network. No, we all watch this separately. Boy, this was quite a shocker to pause it to see how much time was left. And it was only 7 minutes, and this was before ring entrances.
Ooh, yeah.
Because what was the total length on this show?
2 hours 45 minutes. They have 3 hours to cover up. I guess they were a little worried about the Halloween Havoc that happened the year before. So
Very true.
So they might have wanted to end it as early as possible. And I'm thinking, you got Goldberg and Sting. This is the only time this match has ever happened, as far as I know. This should have been a huge moneymaker.
Yeah.
They do it unannounced, and they do it, and the match is essentially 4 minutes long.
Yep.
And like, wouldn't it have been cool, Lisa, if Goldberg came out with the U.S. title? Like,
Yeah, fuck that shit. He decides to repeat Monday Nitro from '98, and I totally forgot he won the U.S. title when the match started going.
And here's what's weird. So when he comes out, initially it's billed as a world title match. Shivani says it's a non-title match.
This is the fuck up of the evening, as far as I'm concerned.
And the match itself, sadly, like, I hate to say that Sting gets eaten by Goldberg, but he gets eaten.
Sting's got one moment where it's cool.
He
spears Goldberg,
and
the crowd comes alive. And so did I.
And what does Goldberg do? Doesn't sell it.
Doesn't fucking sell it. He just doesn't care.
He's about to be the first two-time dual belt winner.
Yeah, that's right.
So the way this works is we're under the assumption it's a title match.
Right.
The only way that we don't know the only way that we know that it's a non-title match is because Tony Schiavone just told us. So everyone in the audience is under the assumption that this is a title match. No one tells them. Personally, I was hoping El Dandy would come to the ring.
Or La Parka. Some order.
Yeah.
Because he is the chairman.
He is the chairman.
Here's something I will tell you guys. In reading through the Thunders and the Nitros, La Parka gets a hell of a lot of good airtime.
Yes, he does.
It's
I remember
great.
that. And I always liked La Parka. But here's the thing. Yeah. With this title match, all of a sudden, throughout this whole night of breaking tradition, kayfabe, whatever, tradition all of a sudden matters in this match because with the finish that happens, Tony Schiavone has to cover and say that, contracts need to be signed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, NWA rules rear their ugly head.
It's like that episode of Thunder where Paige and Luger won the tag titles from the Giant and Bryan Adams. And J.J. Dillon calls in from like an electrical storm on the road. You can hear the windshield wipers going. He's like, this match was unsanctioned.
Yeah.
It didn't count.
So we send in Charles fucking Robinson.
The guy who botched the last finish to come in and referee this monstrosity. And, I mean, the finish itself is not really the problem because Goldberg just spears and jackhammers him. Even though Sting, the trifecta of splashes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're great.
Great.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
I still don't understand how a man of Sting size spearing a man of Goldberg size hurts a man like Goldberg.
Sure. While he didn't sell it.
Well, true.
So there's that. Like, taking him off his feet, sure.
Here's the thing. I mean, like, when you spear somebody and you do it and it's not... I'm sorry. Edge's spear to me always
sucks.
Looks...
It's the worst one.
He's on his knees. His knees are hitting the ground before anything else does, including the other guy's body.
Even worse than Caitlyn?
Whose?
Caitlyn. I remember...
the diva that was trying to
do
spear.
Oh, yeah. God, no.
But still, like, if you legitimately spear somebody like that and take them off their feet, that's... It may not knock the air out of you, but I feel like at least, like, and if I'm going to try and
shake you.
It should shake you a little bit.
And the fact that a guy just did one of your moves.
I'm sorry, Goldberg played football. I'm sure he got knocked off his feet plenty of times, and it,
Isn't that the whole reason he joined wrestling?
Right.
So anyway, there's a scorpion death drop done to Robinson because Robinson gives the title to Goldberg. And then arguably the funniest moment for me happens right after that. Sting does a scorpion death drop to Charles Robinson, to which is followed by like a 3-second pause, and then Bobby Heenan just going, "Why not?" He just goes, "Why not?" And I agree. It doesn't matter. And
what a night! When I hear somebody say "what a night,"
not that I disagree.
What a crazy finish!
I'll never forget
that
this.
Is the equivalent to your that was fun. This is fun.
This is fun.
It's like this is over.
And as we were talking about off air, it ends abruptly.
Oh my God, why?
Bam!
It couldn't have ended like that on the real show. No. Like, it's just Sting walking and then done.
Can you imagine if they had the balls to do this in a real wrestling city? The nightmare.
Oh, Philadelphia would kill him.
I mean,
CM Punk chants all throughout the show.
Even before, people just, why do
Who
I
the
feel
fuck is that?
compelled to do this?
That sounds like a guy that'll be somebody.
So, if you recap this show, it's not awful. And then those last 3 matches happen. And they just, one by one, like, it just dissolves into just, like... sadly, I think a theme we're going to see a lot is we don't know what we're doing.
Oh,
We have
no.
no clue
And
what
the
we're
thing
doing.
is, this isn't as bad as it gets.
No.
This isn't even close. This is
No.
actually serviceable.
Allegedly.
right.
Allegedly.
Now,
Right.
this wouldn't have
Allegedly.
been bad for a Nitro leading into a pay-per-view because your TV show should be the questions, your pay-per-view should be the answers.
Right.
And then maybe you maybe begin or transition to another story. But this was completely like, what are we going to do? It turned into tune in.
We gotta go.
Yeah, there wasn't even like a notice of Mortal Kombat or Robin Hood or a rerun of Chips was about to come on, which I felt like watching that after watching this. I was like, is Chips on Hulu? This is bad.
All right, good stuff, bad stuff. Let's kind of round table this. Good stuff. Like, what if we're going to try and find a silver lining out of this pay-per-view, what was it?
Who goes first here?
You're the new one. You go ahead.
I did a calculation of
I had a little formula in the Excel spreadsheet.
I did. It was really weird. It was I took every match and rated it on a scale of 1 to 5.
Okay.
And then I averaged that out with the total number to see what the final match rating would be. And for some reason, because I was like, there's no way. I had to recheck my math 3 or 4 times. I came out to the final match rating was a 2.5 out of 5. Based on matches.
So it's about decent.
It's okay, but I refuse to rate this show 2.5 out of 5.
Well, I think then if you weighted the matches, like, all right, cruiserweight or...
There's 2 matches that are good to decent. Because I don't want to say they were good because of the finishes. But the match of the night for me, clearly, is Chris Benoit versus Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
With a follow-up being Eddie Guerrero versus Perry Saturn.
Absolutely.
Everything else fucking sucks. It's terrible. Disco Inferno and Lash LaRue come close to something that's salvageable.
Right.
But it's no good.
Say that again, because I don't think people are going to believe that on a night that Sting fought Hogan.
Oh,
Disco
right?
Inferno,
Isn't that crazy?
Lash LaRue
Yeah.
ranked higher up.
Sting versus Hogan, it's a fucking travesty. It's
Sting
not even a
versus-
match.
Sting versus Goldberg. Yet Disco.
It's really not a match.
So-
That's not even really a match. Like,
This pay-per-view is a complete insulting of intelligence. Remember the Vince McMahon promo from '98 where he talks about we're tired of we have a feeling that you think you're having your intelligence insulted.
Yeah.
That's this pay-per-view. That's what this is. The Benoit Steiner best match, worst match Hogan Sting. The person who sucked the most, the LVP, the least valuable player, is Charles Robinson, who I love, but I guess he was just as confused as I was about the whole thing. So other than that, one more thing I want to take note of. I had never seen this pay-per-view before, but I started to recognize some things during the Goldberg-Sid match, and I didn't know why. And then it hit me. Doesn't Mickey J stop this match because of blood? I feel like I've seen this before, and that's how it ended. I immediately went to my Blu-ray collection. I have the Goldberg Blu-ray that WWE put out.
oh, okay.
Now, this is interesting, and these are supposed to be Goldberg's best matches on this Blu-ray.
Is this on there?
Not only is the Sid match on there, the Sting match is on there. And it's titled on the listing as 2 matches in one night. That's how I've seen it before. It's shit. Like, there's no reason either of those matches should be on any Goldberg best of.
Never.
But, I've got more, but that's pretty much how I feel about the show as a whole.
Jason, take it away, because I know you guys had a fun time watching the pay-per-view. And
Well, it's when you get people that didn't watch wrestling back in the day to watch it and they see the train wreck, especially you've been showing them a mix of current product and then like NXT, so and then they see this and they're just kind of confused and bewildered. And I was like, yeah, this is what was going on. And they're like, and wrestling was popular?
It was at its...
Yeah, I was like, this is like the height. I said, but there was a shift. I guess the silver lining is it ended on time. So
No refunds.
Right,
Yeah.
there was no refunds. They're definitely not going to be re-airing any of those matches in their entirety, folks, the next night. I mean, I was, to start this again, I am a huge fan of Disco Inferno. I like that. I mean, always have been, not saying it to be funny or ironic.
Like I said, he had talent.
Disco has made it into 2 out of the 3 of our
Wow.
I haven't even
So
gotten
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Because he gets so much shit.
Yeah, I do. Because to me, he was one of the best TV champions ever.
Oh, yeah. And
Because
he had a
he was
great theme song, one of the few good WCW
He was a
theme
perennial
songs.
TV champion because he was the heel TV champion. You just can't wait to watch someone beat him.